Will this be the year the Clippers finally stay healthy? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my series where I've been breaking down each individual NBA team, looking at their offseason by evaluating their transactions to give viewers an understanding on how I think their favorite teams will perform this upcoming season. The team we'll take a look at today is the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers won 44 games last season and finished 5th in the Western Conference. In the first round, they were tasked to play against the Suns, who had a very good season and had just acquired Kevin Durant at the NBA trade deadline. So in the first round of the first game, Kawhi Leonard went off for 38 points in a historic performance for the Clippers and stole game one. Unfortunately, the Suns would come back and win the next 4 games in the series and knock out the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard only played in game one and game two. After that, he had a tear in his meniscus, and he was tasked to sit out for the rest of the series. Paul George did not play in the series at all, and unfortunately, we're in a situation where it's always a what-if with this team. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George cannot stay healthy together. It's usually one or the other, sometimes neither. The Clippers fans deserve better, and we hope that the narrative changes. Looking at the offseason, the Clippers had the 30th overall pick in the NBA draft, and they used that to acquire Kobe Brown for the University of Missouri. Brown was a 4-year player that averaged 16 points, over 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.5 steals per game, while shooting 55% from the field and 45% from 3. I don't expect Brown to figure into the rotation early in the season, but I do believe he has a chance to play at some point. Then, in the second round, the Clippers used their pick to draft Jordan Miller from the University of Miami. He was a 5-year player due to getting an extra year of eligibility with the COVID pandemic. And in that 5th season, he had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal on 55% from the field and 35% from 3. He was signed to a 2-way deal, so I'm not really expecting him to play much at all. Speaking of trades, the Clippers did make a very good move when they acquired KJ Martin, or Kenyon Martin Jr., from the Houston Rockets for 2 second-round picks. And Kenyon had a career year last year where he had 13 points, 5.5 rebounds while shooting 57% from the field and 31.5% from 3. KJ has shown that he can be a very good rotational player. He can put up points very quickly and also has shown pretty good defensive acumen. I believe he will back up Kawhi Leonard and he'll get an opportunity to play every game. Then we look at some of the other moves made by the Clippers in free agency. They didn't actually make a lot of moves, but they did sign a couple of their own free agents. So first was Russell Westbrook. They signed him to a 2-year deal for the veterans minimum. This is a great move because Westbrook's caliber, his level, his talent is much above what a regular player would get at the veterans minimum. But Westbrook showed that he was very comfortable with the team. The team embraced him. They treated him well, unlike some of the past few teams that he's played on. And he had a very good season, so I do expect him to perform really well this upcoming season and be the starting point guard for the team. Next, the Clippers re-signed Mason Plumlee to a 1-year deal for $5 million. Plumlee has been an excellent player throughout his career. He's a guy that can score a bit, rebound, but also is a very good distributor and a good shot blocker. He'll probably back up Ivica Zubac to start the season as the backup 5. Overall, the Clippers have a lot of talent across the board, including their 2 main drivers, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. The Stars have a sparkling record together of 83 wins and 35 losses, but in 4 years they haven't even played 120 games together. The fans deserve better, and we really hope that they're healthy this upcoming season and deliver some great performances. Then you look at the starting point guard of the team, Russell Westbrook. Unfortunately, he's a very underappreciated player. Every time things go wrong, he's the one that gets all the blame. They call him a stat padder. They blame him for losses and mistakes, not being able to shoot, But Russell last year, he averaged 16, 5, and 8, even in a complimentary bench role. We have Russell Westbrook, who is Mr. Triple-Double. He's recorded 198 of them in his career. And in those games, he's 145 wins, just 53 losses. He's just heavily disrespected. Then we move to another player from the Clippers, who's a starting center, Ivica Zubac. He averaged nearly a double-double last season. He's a great shot blocker and rim protector, and another very good piece to the starting lineup. And then we look to the bench, super sub Norman Powell. He averaged 17 points per game on 49% from the field and 40% from three. He's a guy that can light it up and has provided some excellent performances for the Clippers, including last year in the playoffs. Then finally, we have Tyronn Lue, who's a championship-level head coach. He's won a championship in his career. He's proven that he's a winner and can coach teams with talent or without. He's done that with the Clippers. I think at the end of the day, the Clippers are a team maybe with less expectations now. They have not been able to deliver. A lot of it was because of injuries. Their fans deserve better. And I think this may be the year that the Clippers go on and shock a lot of people. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Thank you so much.